Hello viewers and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what is happening in the nation Zimbabwe without fear, without favor, and we continue to fight corruption tooth and nail. We do what we can do best, that is to expose whatever which is happening and whatever which is being reported in the nation Zimbabwe, so as to make sure that each and every person, each and every corner, let us go to ZimLive and see what is happening. ZimLive reports that ZACC paid $5.4 million United States dollars for fancy V11 display boxes that it never used in the previous elections, that is 2023 elections. These things continue to come each and every day, and guess who is implicated? My son, Chivhayo. So the report says V11 light boxes delivered after the elections, but the finance ministry paid Chivhayo linked company anyway. So at the center of everything is Mukomana Chivavava. They are representa Penya Dzese, and as usual, they will continue to turn a blind eye, but will continue to speak about it up until the people of Zimbabwe make a decision to say, guys, kusiri kuvande kupi. Harare, this is what is happening. The Zimbabwe Electoral Commission splashed 5 million on gadgets to display digital V11 polling station forms for last August elections, but the devices bought at inflated prices were only delivered months after the polls. ZimLive can reveal. The transaction is one of many totaling 100 million paid to South African company Renform CC, which are being reviewed by the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission ZACC for possible corruption. So it seems as if ZACC right now is working on these things to try and find, and it's interesting, Team Zimbabwe, to see what is going to happen. Are they going to arrest Chigumba and her people, Chivhayo and the people, or they are going to just turn a blind eye? Then Renform CC was given the contract without going to tender in an opaque partnership with the Zimbabwean businessman Wikino Chivhayo akachibata kuti G, and he paid bribes to senior government officials for the contracts. According to his feuding former partners in turn, Renform CC agreed to inflate its invoices sometimes by over 1,000%, and a large chunk of the markup, thought to be in tens of millions of dollars, was then paid to as commission to Chivhayo. Then the documents uncovered by ZimLive show that on May 8, 2023, about 3 weeks before President Mnangagwa set the election date as August 2023, Renform CC then generated an invoice here $4,786,800 for what it described as voter results transmission devices. Each device was priced at $319, and the invoice bearing number 1444 was curiously issued to the Office of the President and Cabinet and listed the contact person as the Deputy Chief Secretary, Human Resources, Finance and Administration, an office held by Zvinechimwe Churu. ZACC, as an independent commission with its own budget, is expected to conduct its own procurement, but zvese zvaibva from the Treasury and through the Office of the President. Then Zimbabwe's Treasury part paid the invoice on July 31 into Renform CC's Standard Bank account in South Africa. According to proof of payment seen by ZimLive, an amount of $4,126,500 was transferred, leaving a difference of $660,300. And 6 days after the election on 17 August, before the election on 17 August, we have seen evidence that the devices had still not been delivered. Renform CC raised a new invoice now directed to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission for $9,955,000, invoice 155722, listing ZACC chairperson Justice Priscilla Chigumba as the contact person for 2,000 non-flashable portable toilets. I think we talked about them. Then Nima reflective vests, Ayaya Takama Taura, and the prizes which were put there. And that was and another additional 44,000, which was for outstanding amount of additional security paper. Then you can actually see that another entry on the invoice was an extra charges for air charter to deliver V11 light boxes due to late payment and to meet deadlines. And the cost was $623, and this added to the $4,786,000 which was paid, which means ZACC spent $5.4 million on the on those things which were never delivered. And You know, this is something very important, and let us go to this point. The invoice remained unpaid, however, and ZACC could have cancelled the order after elections came and went. The finance minister on 7 September, and 2 weeks after the elections, still approved the payment through the permanent secretary, George Kwamatanga, who ordered treasury's bankers at CBZ to settle the invoice. So the light boxes together with the portable toilets were not delivered until April 2024 and are now gathering dust at ZACC's warehouse. So this is what is happening. Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is the crime scene. Kubama elections, kubamari, kubazvese, future evana, they don't care about it because it doesn't affect them negatively, because yet the people of Zimbabwe continue to suffer. So this is the invoice yaitaura nezvaamai Chigumba. This one is in the office kwa president. This one the office kwa president. The invoice right here yakabhadharwa 4,786 in a stembre ZimLive. It verified payment yakaiswa ku Standard Bank account number iripo pa screen apo, and no VAT was paid. So this is the problem. Kuti this company Rainform CC haina chayakasiya muZimbabwe chinonzi VAT. Yakatora mari dzese ichibva yabaya ibva yarova pasi. You see, this is the problem we always have in Zimbabwe, kuti vanhu vanouya vachimora and nobody cares. So you can actually see that Zimbabwe is something else. Iri kubirwa, vanhu vakatarisa, mari dziri kuenda dzichichema. And this is invoice, mama invoices are repo evidences right here onto the screen. ZimLive is providing the much needed evidence, and if they were lying, the government ingadai atopindura ku ZimLive kuti aiwa muri kutinyepera, and ZimLive could say, okay, take us to court. You see, this is something very, very simple. The only way the government or Zimbabwe can deny this is through taking ZimLive to court. ZimLive yoenda yonoti, we have evidence, evidence, and everybody scrutinizes everything. So this is what is happening in Team Zimbabwe. This is the reason why we are saying Zimbabwe iri kukokotwa, Zimbabwe iri kubirwa, and nobody cares about what the people say. Nobody cares about the future of the people vari muZimbabwe. Mari dzinenge dzichienda dzichichema, and nyika iri kuita kunonzi kukokotwa hama dzangu. So this is something very wrong, something which we need as a people to actually have a conversation about and to actually agree. What do we need to do as a people at this point in time? Because this corruption, I have never seen things like this. Government, hurumendi, guys, yakaoma, hurumendi inoba. Imagine something being sold at $319 each. Chorega kuyazoita basa racho, but payment is made. Just imagine, guys. Vanava vanenge vachingoba chete, kuba chete and kuba chete. And this is something very, very, very important. So they say the August 17 invoice hopefully describes them as V11 light boxes. A V11 is a form filled out by presiding officers and signed by the party agents at each of the 12,370 polling stations that ZACC set up in 2023. The primary source document for election results in Zimbabwe. It appears the plan was to place these results in light boxes, ensuring they are illuminated throughout the night after vote counting ended, which could on paper probably be useful in rural areas where lighting is poor. Okay, so this is it. But it never happened. And we continue to take a look onto these issues because Chinese multinational technology company Alibaba advertises light boxes for as little as $6 on bulk orders, and Rainform could have inflated the price by over 5,000%, some of which the money would have found its way back to Chivhayo, whom the company described as their agent to the Sendri, the International Investigative News Organization. So this is well detailed, Team Zimbabwe. This is well detailed. This is the reason why the government of Zimbabwe was fighting the Sendri. And the Sendri, just like the Al Jazeera documentary, pane information ka, pane evidence ka, inodakadza, inonakidza, and chokwadi chiri kubuda pachena. And who cares? Nobody cares. This is Chivhayo with the representatives of the company. You can see zviri pamabepa vakabata together na mpofu kuti yes, this is true. But remember that week Chivhayo has kubatika ka, has kusungika ka. and ari kutoprovoka kuti hapana zvamunondiita, and that is true for sure. Hapana zvavanomuita because ndiye akachibata kuti dzvi. You see, kana wakabatwa kuti dzvi, there is nothing you do, you can't do anything. So ndo zviri kuitika mukati menyika yeZimbabwe. We continue to fight for change, but remember that Zimbabwe iri kukokotwa mbavha dziri kuita basa sembavha zvechokwadi, and the people of Zimbabwe are being shortchanged. Remember, kuparire nyatwa tiri kungoda a cancer machine, guys. 2 million is enough for us to have a fully functional radiotherapy machine, but tiri kuishaya. 4 meter yakabiwa ichibhadhara zvinosina basa. Yaigona kunge yakatenga 2 radiotherapy machines, 1 at parire nyatwa, 1 at UBH. Tikaenda kune dzimwe mari dziya dzakabiwa, another 9 million yakabiwa iya, yaigona kunge yakatenga 5, is almost 10 million because yasara nema 1000 mashoma. 10 million yaigona kunge yatenga 5 radiotherapy each in each province. Tato cover, Harare covered, Bulawayo covered, then we add 5 more provinces, tane 7. Then taizosara tine 3 kwatechita uku kwakashota, then taizoziva kuti maybe kunana Mati South neMati North vanenge vachibatanawo neBulawayo, then vamwe vachiuyawo kumasvingo. You see, this was going to be helpful, but where are we at this point in time? Nothing is moving. So this is the reason why we are concerned as a people, and we are saying this thing chinonzi ZANU-PF must be disbanded, chinonzi ZACC must be disbanded. These things, these people, evil people, must simply go. It is what it is. We'll continue to take a look and see what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without